Earth God here, and it's time to talk about Tower of God. And this episode reveals some very interesting things, but it's very much a build-up episode here. Nothing major or a fight happen. And I know the main complaints with season 2 are the animation. I don't know if they skipped a lot of things, especially last episode. The animation during the fight there and the time skip, but I'm really curious from the source material readers, what do you think so far of the series? I've read a bit, but I didn't get this far. I have some random spoilers there, but this episode and the series overall are gonna have a review towards the end of the series. So it's season 2, how it is, how it compares to season 1. Just spoiler, I prefer season 1 more than season 2. But I like the world, I like the characters, so I'm gonna keep watching. Now, this episode is very much kind of making a connection between Bam and everything else, and I kind of feel like this is a theme with the series, connecting everything else to Bam being the central focus point in a way. And in this case, after Emily, here let's just jump straight into it. Emily, the chatbot, didn't want to tell Kun how she knows Bam is alive, which is a very good question. And if he's actually alive, Kun is still not sure of that, and still have so many questions about this Emily chatbot. What happened to that girl that was screaming in the pod? Is Emily free right now in the world? I think they skipped that as we didn't see it, or maybe it's gonna play a point later on in the story. But the connection here is everything is coming to together, so to say. Kun is also looking for this mysterious guy, Devil of the Right Arm, which at first I was like, hey, isn't that Kang? That guy has the same power wings like him, kind of using the same name. I was like, why isn't he the Devil of the Left Arm? But he's just using the name or being called that. And the main connection here is Kang's backstory and also being related to Bam in this episode, with Kang revealing his backstory and the one they're looking for being Kasano, another character, which I feel like is probably my main problem with the series overall. I feel like we have way too many characters. I'm struggling a bit to keep up with all of the names, each character, what they're doing, who they are, and so on here. But the focus here, Kang revealing that him and Kasano, they were abandoned as kids, and they were in the workshop for test, like they were used in experiments being tested to be made into weapons. Apparently the workshop is willing to do anything and everything to connect to create weapons here, and this is how they kind of became friends, him and Kasano, and brothers a bit later on, caring for each other, kind of like the only escape from the reality that was the connection between them here. And somebody, one of the workers there, a teacher, supporting them, treating them as actual humans. We've seen this story, these nuances in quite a few series, kids being treated as lab rats, and then somebody, a teacher working there, treats them humanely here. She even gave them names, and they loved it quite a lot, and it was their first crush here. So far up to this point, yeah, I've seen this a few times. You also see the leader, Maddox, being this piece of shit for science, everything, wanting to have these ignition weapons that apparently are assimilated to with the Shinsu of a soul, but also wanted to assimilate them to a human to make living ignition weapons. And this is the key, the focus point of the entire episode here. Now, I don't know what soul, how exactly does that work. We don't really get revealed quite a lot of info on these weapons, what it's soul in the series, of course, the Shinsu, how exactly it works in relation to soul. I have a lot of questions about the power system here. But yeah, this is how they were created. Very shitty experiments, it hurt a lot, and they each have a half of that weapon. That's why the devil and the devil between both of them. And Sophia just disappear after this, and somehow Kang, I don't know if she was involved with him being the transport, was he being sold as a weapon, what exactly happened there, but he saw the outside world a bit, so to say, and the tower, and he finally got some motivation to keep on living. And this is where Head On, which I kind of missed him. I feel like I keep saying that. I miss the characters from season 1 more than the characters in season 2. Not to say I don't like Wang and the group and so on. I've grown attached to them, but I still like the characters from season 1 a bit more. And here, even one that didn't get a lot of screen time had a big presence, Head On. He was the one that initiated Kang a bit to become a regular and get into the tower here. Did he free him from that platform? I don't know exactly. It's implied he did, but we'll see. And Kang is also looking for his friend Asano there, and the same thing, Kun is also looking for him. And this is why everybody's probably gonna meet at with this focal point here. Now the others heard Kang's story, supporting him. They almost died again thanks to Eva's cooking there, and this is kind of the theme a bit with Bam finding something that is in front of him and realizing a bit later, like what he always wanted was somebody to care, a family for him. Insert your Vin Diesel meme, family here, and he smiles, seeing all of the shenanigans, them enjoying life. Even Van saw the slight smile, but here is where we see the connection between Kang and Bam. And I didn't expect it to be the same thing. I just thought, hey, they're gonna go after Kang, find his friends. But here is revealed that Bam is very similar to Kang. He's probably also a living ignition weapon. That's how Kang knew from the start. They're very similar. And kind of pushed him for answer. They even almost get into a fight. Bam was about to fight back, but then he lets himself get hit, with Kang stopping himself, both realizing they don't want to do this. Bam wants to answer, but he doesn't actually have the answers. Even himself doesn't know, and he felt very sorry when he heard about the experiment there. And here we see, are Fog the ones behind the experiments? Did they use the same technology as the experiments? Don't know exactly. I'm kind of leaning towards that Fog used the same technology as the experiments, and the workshop was doing this on kids, or maybe it's the other way around. Fog were the ones creating the weapons, and the workshop was trying to replicate them. I don't know, honestly. We're probably gonna have to wait and see here. And we see a bit of a flashback how Jin Sang promised Bam power, and for him to be able to make a choice, and tell him, I'm only able to give you a bit of that power. And he just saw this red light there. I don't know what exactly that was. And then the exoskeleton was attached to Bam. So even himself, he doesn't know what exactly that power it is, how it works, how he got it there. I'm still really curious. What is that exoskeleton? It can heal him, bring him back. I don't know if he can use it to attack him, to attack other people. Was there a cost to having that implanted in him? It very much reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul powers here, but yeah, just glimpses, so to say, with this episode. And Kang decides to leave, so he protects the others, not put them in danger. Very, very similar to Bam, like both their situations, with their personality, sacrificing themselves for others here. And Bam decides not to tell the group that Kang left on his own, even though they wanted to help him. And Kun also preparing and his group to go after Kasano. Now, so yeah, speaking of Kasano, that's gonna be the question. How is he gonna react? What type of resentment or lack of resentment he has for Kang? Does he blame him for being left behind? Does he think Kang just left and abandoned him even though they thought they were brothers together? Also, what happened with Sophie? I'm really curious what Kang and Kasano are gonna do when they are together. And with Bam, is Foog the one that were doing the weapons here? How is the workshop involved? Of course, we have a multitude of questions here. This is why this is very much a build-up episode. And does this mean that Kun is gonna finally reunite with Bam? It's feeling like everything is coming together, but I don't know, this season definitely feels weaker, at least for me personally, than season 1. And not just with the animation. I don't know how the arc was in the original manhwa, but overall here, I'm curious where it's go. I'm still gonna keep watching, but what do you guys think? Do you like season 2? Do you not like it? Why? Comment down below. And as always, remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Tower of God. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.